Hello and welcome to our discussion on who will distribute our film. I'm Lauren and this is Grace, and we're looking at who will be the lucky distributors of the new urban fairy tale or crime film Insiders, directed by us, Grace Ryan and Lauren Mason, and produced by Pomegranate Productions. The distributors we have considered are the BBC, Vertigo Films, the BFI, Netflix and Amazon, and Working Title. So, Grace, what does a film distributor do?
Well, Lauren, according to the Film Distributors Association, a film distributor is responsible for the marketing and publicity of a film. The BFI states that distribution, the third party of the film supply chain, is often referred to as the invisible art, a process known only to those within the industry, barely written about and almost imperceptible to everyone else. Yet, arguably, distribution is the most important part of the film industry, where completed films are brought to life and connects with an audience.
So, which distributors have we thought about, Grace?
One of the institutions we've considered is the BBC because, as well as funding lots of low-budget independent films, the BBC has a great variety of platforms to exhibit our film, either on one or its terrestrial channels, or also in iPlayer, and the BBC often supports films which are shown in mainstream cinemas, such as the very successful The King's Speech. Secondly, we've considered Vertigo Films. This is a UK film and distribution company founded by Alan Niblo and James Richardson in 2002. The company's mission is to create and distribute commercially driven independent films. So far, they have distributed around 35 films. They range in genre and audience. An independent company can be very useful for an independent film like ours. And with their long experience in finding niche audiences as well as mainstream ones, we think Vertigo will do a very good job in distributing our film to the widest possible audience. Vertigo is also very good at collaborating with other distributors, such as their successful work with Amazon on the 2015 film She-Ra. Thirdly, we've considered Working Titles, formed in 1992, co-chaired by Tim Bevan and Eric Feldner. They are one of the world's leading film production companies, therefore have the ability to distribute our film worldwide. Working Titles have created more than 100 films that have grossed over $6 billion worldwide, including typical urban fairy tales, Bridget Jones, Love Actually and Notting Hill. Recently, one of the big six, Universal Studios, has taken ownership of Working Titles, which has become globally recognisable due to the established theme park and many successful films they have created. This would allow our film to achieve its maximum distribution, as it would not only be distributed nationally but internationally.
Okay, they are the traditional distributors in this country, but what about the newer players in the industry?
We also thought about Amazon and Netflix as possible distributors. Their contribution to the film industry has been massive in the last couple of years, and they are both very successful companies. For example, Netflix has produced its long-form dramas such as Orange is the New Black and The Crown. Both have online platforms to distribute films which audiences can also access on their TV as well as computers, tablets, phones, so they can reach audiences worldwide. Overall, we thought a great idea would be collaborating between the BBC and Working Title. Due to BBC having its own platform of television channels and Working Titles having high-grossing films, it allows our films to spread internationally and therefore reach as wide an audience as possible. Our film might appeal to international audiences, especially the USA, as it's set in London and full of iconic landmarks such as Covent Garden. Both companies distribute films both in the UK and internationally, which means that our film would reach the widest audience possible. Even though the BBC has created small, independent, low-budget films, they have been a huge success, and many are now even on Netflix, which is internationally reachable. For example, The King's Speech, which was funded by the BBC and produced by Bedlam Productions and released in December 2010, which included famous Hollywood actor Colin Firth. Although The King's Speech only had a low budget of $50 million, typical of an independent film, it was recognised as a superb drama of courage and humanity, and proved this when it won 4 Oscars. With combining BBC's national popularity with Working Titles' recognisability, our film would be able to reach worldwide by our target audience. Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, Grace.